How's it going, everybody? NGS back again for another video. I think this is my third video about Nintendo Switch in a row. Jamal, what is happening?
Who the fuck is this nigga?
Who is he? I don't know. I don't know this nigga. Whoever he is, he an asshole and a hypocritical asshole.
Hypocrite! Talking all that noise, then you gotta switch.
Yo, right? A hippo crip. A crip hippo. Something like
Hippo
that.
Crip.
Yo,
Crip.
I'm a hypocrite. Two
Yes.
words. I'm holding up 4 fingers. Can't see that, but that's what I'm doing
Yeah.
right now. Anyways, you guys, I brought on my boy Tundex to do a very special video related to the Nintendo Switch. And this is something that we've spoken on time and time again. I remember one of our first videos we collabed together. It was talking about the state of Nintendo. This is back during the Wii U days. This is like we're grandfathers talking to the youngins these days, these chillins, about that damn thing called the Wii U. How does that make you feel, the Wii U, bro, when someone just says the Wii U?
You know what? The funny thing about the Wii U, let me pick this up.
Oh, boy.
This has been sitting under my desk since the last time I streamed. Ooh, it's dusty. Since the last time I streamed, what you call it? Zelda. That's the last thing I played on here.
Can you put your finger across it and see the dust go?
Oh, let's see. Can it?
Oh
Can you see it?
God, I can see that streak. I can see it.
The dust. It's just been sitting underneath my desk, and I was like, yeah, I'll just leave it in here to stream it. And I did Zelda, and that's the last thing I ever streamed on that thing. Wii U was horrible. Had some really good games, but it freaking sucked. Some of my friends yesterday brought it up, and one of them's been a Nintendo person for his whole life, and now he's just like, I don't want to switch because the Wii U was so bad. I'm never trusting Nintendo again. And yeah, it's pretty bad, man.
But you know what's funny? Because out of the shadows from all those collected dust bunnies, a new Nintendo has awakened, and they're emerging in one of the major complaints that we had for the system. What caused those dust bunnies to accumulate? The lack of support on the Wii U. And this is something that we discussed at length. We talked about how the situation of support, be it first-party support not getting their games out in time, or third-party support just not being there, and when they are there, it's kind of gimped to crappy ports. It led us into sort of a vicious cycle when talking about third-party games on the Wii U. Now, with the Nintendo Switch, it looked like it was going down that same route, especially if you were looking at the games that were out at launch. We were seeing a lot of the same things over and over again. Oh, we have all this great support, the best of first party, the best of third party.
That freaking lie.
Yeah, I'm so glad that Reggie and all those clowns aren't on the forefront anymore, because I think they honestly did the most amount of damage to the brand more than anything. But it was interesting because we heard all those same statements, deja vu, but here we are 8 months into the system's release, and we've noticed some very, very different things in comparison from the Wii U to the Nintendo Switch. Now, Jamal, you've owned a Switch since what was it, June?
No, I got it in March. Actually, it was like a week after it came out.
Oh, okay. I remember because you had purchased the bundle from GameStop, but I thought that was like further down the road. So yeah, you've like had it at launch, even better. So you can speak to all of the things you've noticed, like in terms of support. Like when I first booted up the Switch a few days ago, and I looked at that dang eShop, I was surprised.
You know what? When you were talking about that as well, like I haven't paid attention to the eShop in a very long time, and I started looking through, like, whoa, there's actually a lot of stuff here. Like the thing that got me is I don't know exactly how many games I have physical right now, but these are still in here from a video I did the other day. These games are third-party games that I have on the Switch right now.
It's like about, what, 5 games right there, right?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, exactly 5. That is Mario and Rabbids, which, even though it's Mario, this is still third-party. It's Ubisoft. Puyo Puyo Tetris, whatevs. Disgaea 5. Awesome.
There we go.
Fire Emblem Warriors. It's okay. And this one that people get on my nerves. I know Black Bond has been saying, I think he called this they're homeless. Nintendo's homeless as far as graphics and stuff go. But Doom for the Switch. Like, my thing with this, and I will defend it to the death. And this is what I've always been asking for the longest time with the Switch. Not Switch, sorry, with the Wii U and with the Wii, but the Wii it was not possible. Oh my God, it was. Well, no, it was. They did it once. Third parties would never put forth their full effort into making a port for the Nintendo consoles. And the one that they did on the Wii was Guitar Hero 3. And that one, no, not Guitar Hero 3. I think it was 5, Guitar Hero 5. That's the one where they added in the online system where you could see your friends getting on and getting offline. It had all the features. You could send invites and stuff. It was fully fleshed out, just like it was on the other consoles. And no other third party really spent that much time and effort until Doom right here, man. The only thing that Doom is missing, I mean, obviously the frame rate and the graphics are nowhere close to where, you know, their counterparts are, but you compromise the graphics, you keep everything that is there. The gameplay, it feels great, it's fun, the graphics still look decent, you know. You just don't have the map creator.
And out of all the things in the game, that doesn't seem like it's a big deal. I don't even see most people talking about their map creator on Doom.
Yeah, and even the multiplayer is there. I played that. It was buttery smooth, man. I had no issues with it. Very fun game. 30 frames, not a problem. But I don't know. It's really good. And if you're just going to sit and harp on it for the graphics, I mean, duh, the Switch is weaker than everything else. That's a Nintendo problem. Nintendo needs to beef up their power. I'll just flat out say that. But when you've got third parties who are going out of their way and putting forth their effort into games like that, I'm like, hey, it's amazing. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff out there that is old. That's on other consoles, like The Binding of Isaac. I also have that downloaded. And what was that game you told me not to get? The RPG?
I Am Setsuna?
Yeah, I've played it for like 10 minutes. But,
you know, why.
Whatever. But, I mean, I'm a big supporter of the third parties. And I've always been for all Nintendo consoles. And now that we're getting ports that are not gimped, you better go support them. Like, seriously.
Yeah, and that's the main focal point of this video. Now that we have the Nintendo Switch, a console that, for the most part, can get you a somewhat similar experience. I'm using the quotation bunny ears very loosely here. With these experiences that you get out of them, coming from developers and publishers who are actually giving a crap, the one thing that I've noticed more than anything is that the developers and publishers who are taking the Switch seriously are the ones who didn't deal with the Switch or any other Nintendo products before, such as Bethesda, and more surprisingly, out of nowhere, Rockstar.
Rockstar, yeah, with LA Noire. That comes out Tuesday, right?
Right, yeah. So it's interesting because we're getting these games like Skyrim, Doom, Wolfenstein 2, LA Noire on the system. And, like, obviously, you know, from a price to performance to what you can get at other systems, like, when you're comparing all these things, of course, you're better off purchasing it on PlayStation or Xbox or PC. But what we want to do right here with this video is make an address to the Nintendo only gamers, the Nintendo owners who cry about third-party support, not getting good third-party support, who've been burned time and time again. When we get opportunities like this, where we get good third-party support, where you get the entire experience there, it is imperative that you go out and support it. And support it.
That are just like their counterparts, except, you know, graphic-wise. But this one is just like its counterpart. Get these games. Support the third parties, people. Get Wolfenstein, all the stuff. Especially if you haven't played them, like Chris was saying. And with me, I never played Doom on anything else. I have a PS4. I have a PC. I could have got it cheap. But since I never played it, like, why not? Go for it. Get it. Probably I'll do the same thing with Wolfenstein as well.
That's what I really want to stress to people, because obviously, yes, this is a tablet, so it's not going to be outputting all the best performance out of it. But if you're getting the full game there and everything with it, and it's not gimped like with some of the Wii U games when they came out on the system, like Watch Dogs, for example, was
Sniper,
like Zombie U.
Well, Zombie U. That was actually that was a showpiece, bro.
Yo. All I'm saying, the point is, compare the effort put into something like Zombie U to something like Mario and Rabbids. As strange as that sounds.
And it's the same company, which is crazy, but yeah, that's insane.
Like, when we see those opportunities, we got to support it, which is why Jamal and I are embarking on sort of a challenge, if you will. Now, this isn't anything that's completely legit. It's not something we're going to do for every single game, but whenever there is a quality third-party game on the Nintendo Switch, we are going to go out of our way to support it. If not day one, then week one. Like, whenever we get the chance to, if it's a game we're interested in, a game that's proven, we're going to do it. And I've already done that with my first pre-order of a Switch game, that being L.A. Noire. It comes out this Tuesday. Yeah, I played the game on PS3 6.5 years ago. Yeah, I could have got it cheaper on the PS4. But I want to support it on the Nintendo Switch to show developers that, listen, this can be a potential platform for you guys to release all your newer releases, not just your old ass games. So are we going to bite the bullet and have to pay more? Yeah, I could have got it cheaper on PS4 with Best Buy Game Club Unlocked, but I decided to fork out the extra $10 and get it on the Switch. Not only because I can take it with me on the go, but it's something I can add to my library and I can actually make a statement. Something that, let's be real, we've harped on these guys for. These Nintendo owners, even when they get the good games, Bayonetta 1, Bayonetta 2, they don't support them.
Don't freaking support them. Oh my gosh, I remember making
you can talk about that. You can talk about Bayonetta 2 for a second, because that was like the big like Operation Platinum or whatever they were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, I even got Wonderful 101, which was controls, gimmicky controls. Just keep them out of my games. But Bayonetta 2, you got the package with 1 and 2 and you got it at launch. Added Nintendo content to it as well, just like any third-party game on Nintendo consoles they usually do. And, you know, it was just a solid game and an exclusive.
Yep.
This wasn't just third-party. This was a third-party exclusive for Nintendo with Bayonetta 2. And people still didn't go out and buy it because it wasn't Mario or Zelda or Donkey Kong or Metroid. It's like, what are you doing?
Exactly.
What are you doing? You are the reason we can't get anything. And the game was great. Probably one of the best action games of last gen.
If you want to talk about this conversation of port begging, that was one of the most requested games to go multi-plat this generation. But you know, it's funny you mentioned people just want to play Mario and Metroid and Zelda. That is an awesome mug, by the way. I was there when you bought it. But I've noticed a shifting in the tides, and you saw this when we were on the eShop a few days ago, and we looked at the best sellers. Doom was up there at number 3.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how big of an indication that is to how much it sold in comparison, but like the fact that Doom was up there with Mario Odyssey, with Zelda, with all the other games for the Switch, that's saying something.
Yeah, because it just came out Friday.
Exactly. Yeah. And as you can see, like the other stuff that's available for pre-purchase, like L.A. Noire and Skyrim, those are up there on the charts too. So maybe the tides are changing. Maybe there are some people, like just new Switch owners who want to play these games, give them a chance, or just people who finally realize that, hey, if we want the future games, let's support the good ones. Because if this continues, if they see that they can put Skyrim on a freaking tablet and it's the full experience minus the performance, that is a huge testament to other studios.
And see, that's one thing I'm going to say when it comes to the performance. When I was out and about yesterday with my friends, I took my Switch with me and we were talking about Doom and they asked how it played and stuff. I'm like, hey, you want to see? We're at a restaurant. I handed my friend my Switch and he played Doom and he was like, yo, I just played Doom in a restaurant.
Yeah.
The full experience of Doom. It plays fine. Like, as long as these companies do it the right way, take their time, and use the hardware as best they can, it'll be fine, man. Just don't give us gimped ports like they have been. And as like you said, it's just Nintendo, they have to dig themselves out of this hole. And I mean, they always put themselves back like 2 steps anyway by not powering their consoles enough.
Right.
But, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. But I just hope that this momentum keeps going, man. I really do. Because I've always been a Nintendo fan, but I've been the disgruntled, angry Nintendo fan for the past 4 years, man. Sad. It's very sad.
It's not a life you want to live. It really isn't, because you got better in the past, and all you want for them is to realize like the power that they have, what they're capable of. But the Switch, it seems like they're going down that route slowly but surely. I think this holiday season will be very interesting for the Switch, because you have a lot of games releasing. Like in the span of 2 weeks, you have Lego Marvel, L.A. Noire, Skyrim, Rocket League, Batman Telltale, like some of the other smaller indie games. Granted, a lot of these are ports, but that's still the ability for a new audience to play those games. That's huge. Like, so many people who only owned a Wii or a Wii U, they're coming over and my heart goes out to them. But when they see a game like Skyrim or Doom or Rocket League, that's saying something. It's another potential customer. So here's hoping that with the support out there going forward, with studios like Bethesda and Rockstar, that other companies such as Square Enix, for example, maybe might want to port some of their games, like, I don't know, the Kingdom Hearts collection, because I'm pretty sure that can run on the Switch, and that'd be pretty awesome playing Kingdom Hearts 2 on the go.
That would be the only way I would get these collections again. If it came to the Switch, I would be there. I would get that, and I'd
buy that. This would be like the third time.
Let's not talk about it. Don't talk about how many times.
But yeah, in closing comments, guys, whenever they come out with a new Switch third-party game that we're interested in, that is competent, I'm going to get on here and I'm going to record a video unboxing the game, talking about the game, trying to sell you guys on this game, talking about my impressions of the performance, how it compares to the older experience, because I want to get the word out there. One of the most critical dudes on YouTube who's been called a Nintendo hater is actually going to get on here and do more for the system than some of you Nintendo fans. Like, I never in my wildest... Jamal, haven't I just been living a paradigm shift in the past 3 days?
Dude, I was at work and I saw on my phone NeoGameSpark. What was it? Nintendo Switch unboxing. In middle class, I looked at the phone like, what? I literally sent the thing right then and there, sent the comment like, WTF, what's going on? Barrage of text messages like, who are you? What happened? What's going on? And then just the conversations we've been having. This dude's been excited to play Nintendo games. He put Zelda on par with The Witcher. It's like, what?
I'm telling you, man.
What?
Something, and you know, it's saying a lot for me to buy, because the last time I bought a Nintendo system day one was a 3DS, and that burned the living crap out of me. So I swore to myself I'd never buy a Nintendo system year one unless I saw something in it. And the more and more I thought about it, the more I saw those things about the Switch that didn't exist with the 3DS and the Wii U. And that's saying something.
And see, the good thing about what's going on with the Switch now is you not only are getting good third-party support, you have so many games in this first year. Be it some of them are Wii U ports, but let's face it, nobody played the Wii U. And on top of the Wii U ports, you've got 4 if you count ARMS. ARMS is okay, I guess. But, you know, you got Mario Odyssey, you got Zelda, you got ARMS, and you got Splatoon 2. That's 4 new games.
Right.
And then what's the Xenoblade's coming out, so that's going to be 5.
Yeah.
So, you know, you've got some really heavy hitters that are already out. You got the Nintendo's Wii U ports, and then you got the third-party support rolling in with the indie games and some of the heavy hitters now, too. So it's a different Nintendo, man. It's feeling like the Super Nintendo era again.
That's saying something, bro. So fingers crossed that this support and momentum keeps rolling in. I can't wait to see what January brings, because they usually do a direct outlining some of the stuff in the future before E3. So that'll be very interesting to see. And until the next big Nintendo Switch release, my name is NGS, signing out for homie Tundex. Thank you for joining me on this video, my friend.
Yeah.
And we will catch you guys later. Peace.